All right, everyone. Welcome to Chart Attack. This is Vishal, and today we're talking about uranium and Azincourt Energy. Ticker is AAZ. All right, folks. First, let's start with uranium because I've been seeing a lot of this on Twitter. A lot of people are excited about uranium. Obviously, if you've read some of my previous long-term daily charts on the spot price of uranium, we were looking at a few major technical levels on the monthly chart and the daily chart, but long-term, I think in a previous roundtable, actually, investor roundtable months ago, we nailed the bottom at around 40 something, and we were talking about on the long-term charts. And when I mean that, the monthly charts, we talked about this, this breakout exactly at 40. I remember Chris, Galen, and we talked about that breakout, and there we go. We have our first higher low, and now we're about to hit $60 here per pound on uranium. But I want to focus on that daily chart. If you are, into uranium for the long term, the structure still is there. We're still in a bull market here after that $40 breakout. Huge technical resistance zone taken out, pulled back. We got our retest, and price took off once more. So we have now our first higher low on the monthly chart. And I want to bring it down here to the daily chart, where if I zoom in, you can see we're actually very close again to break above the $60.45 sort of resistance zone here. So we saw that bit of a pullback. Buyers stepped right in. Commodities are pretty hot, and I guess uranium, just because Kazakhstan, which imports, I think they deal with like 40% of the uranium market. That's Kazatomprom. They're in that area, with Russia. So we're hearing a lot of stuff happening there, which of course is impacting tons of commodities, and uranium included, right? So it looks like we might be looking at a major daily breakout here on the spot price of uranium. When that moves, we are expecting big moves in the uranium stocks, juniors, miners, your chemicals, etc. I want to start here though, just with Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, U.UN. And again, it's sort of what I use for that proxy for the uranium spot price, because it moves basically in tandem. And you can sort of see, right, similar setup where we have our daily highs here, and we're looking for, well, right here, actually, sorry, where we had our daily highs, and now we're basically pulling back and looking for another daily candle breakout, just as we have here on the uranium spot price. So looking exciting there. Again, the trigger is wait for a nice, strong green daily candle close above this $60 zone, but for U.UN, it's around the $19.10 zone. Then you have your confirmed breakout. But in terms of like a smaller cap company, we've been talking a lot about Azincourt, and this is a company we're all fans of. Talked about the technicals, which I'll go over in just a bit, because the structure is still there for a second spike, which I think could occur if uranium gets this daily breakout. So quick little details here on the company. They are exploring in, of course, the Athabasca region, or around that area in Saskatchewan. And the main, or the key project, is the East Preston Uranium Project, which recently Azincourt just announced on March 29th, 2022, that they have completed a drill program at the East Preston Uranium Project. So now we just await the results. You know what that means, folks. Results are catalysts for the stock price. So we'll just be waiting for those the results from 19 drill holes, which were taken over 8 weeks there. And the most recent news, which came out on the 31st of March 2022, is of course Azincourt closing a 5.1 million private placement and announcing a 2.5 to 1 share consolidation. The share consolidation, again, makes sense. A lot of these companies, they do dilute shareholders for financing for quite some time. So when you see a share consolidation like this, obviously they're trying to reduce the amount of shares there in the market, which is good for shareholder. And then we have to talk about the 5.1 private placement, because of course that means cash in the bank, which the company can then use to hopefully trigger some sort of catalyst, get some more drilling done, maybe acquire some more land packages or land claims, and that will be bullish for the shareholders. So looking at the chart of Azincourt, which again is AAZ on the TSX Venture, The last time I talked about this company, we were looking at this major support at around 5 cents, but I drew out this triangle pattern, right? And I think this triangle, it holds because we've had 1, 2, 3, make it 4 tests. So when you see 3 or more tests on a trend line, I think that makes a trend line valid, and the market or technical analysts are paying attention to it. So we have broken out of that triangle. We have pulled back to retest it. We are staying above it, but just no breakout as of yet. And we're looking at the 8.5 cents zone here. Just need that daily candle close above it to get the stock rolling. And we're going to probably see a second spike, something like we saw here in February of 2021, and also here on September of 2021, which I recall we called here on Equity Guru because of this technical pattern setup. So from a technical standpoint, man, it looks really good. We've had the triangle breakout here. We have our second triangle breakout here, and we're hoping that we follow like this. And really all we need now is just that close above 8.5 cents. And I think the uranium market is in a good place as well. Not just like intermediate term, but I think in the long term as well. And if we get that spot price uranium breakout, expect big moves in some of these juniors or any uranium miners, to be honest. Before I leave you guys, I just want to show you guys this, the historical data. So yes, we have just been ranging here basically between 7 cents and 8.5 cents since the 1st of March. So it's been ranging all month for March 2022. But you can see here in the last few days here, from April 5th, up to March 28th, some big volumes traded on the stock. 4 million shares traded, 1.7 million shares traded, another 1.7, 2.7, 1.3, 1.2. And the stock sees decent volume. We even had a 6 million share traded on the 10th. So again, all this large volume just came within this range. Maybe some people are trading the range, this 1.5 cent range. But honestly, for me, I think this is a sort of a good spot here for accumulation. Wait for that breakout, and you just ride that and maybe place your stop losses below the 5 cent zone. So the structure is there. We have that breakout. We just need that catalyst trigger, which I believe is going to be a daily close above 8.5 cents to get the stock going. And perhaps our uranium spot price here will help us get that trigger. But that's it for me, folks. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to follow us on all our social media links in the description box below. And more importantly, let me know if you're a uranium bull. How much, or what are you allocating in your portfolio for uranium? I've seen on Twitter some people are going all in on this commodity, expecting big things here. And hey, it's the uranium market's moving, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for this for years. So I really want to know your thoughts about uranium. That's it for me, folks. I'll see you guys all in the next chart attack video.